Yo, what up, everybody? Shantae, where you at? Hello, Shantae.
Hi.
How you doing? Let's get it going. Okay, and welcome to Nothing But That Sports Talk. I'm Rafiq Luwazong alongside the very beautiful, young, talented Shantae, who's a coach and a cheerleader, and she's also a teacher in school. And, I don't know if you're aware, but it's possible that schools might get postponed because there is still a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, thank you so much for having me. Hello?
Yeah.
No, I said thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, what you think about everything that's been going on with the sports shutdown and the schools shutdown and everything else? What you think?
Well, I believe that today they announced that school's going to be closing for the remainder of the school year. So it's going to be a lot to remotely teach and to make sure that we're there for our students and our families.
Yeah, I know. And I know it's going to be a lot in order to take in the fact that we've gone to nearly a month without any actual sports going on. And you being a diehard baseball fan, what you think about that?
I think I heard like maybe a couple of weeks ago or something, like the Yankees had like an opening, like they wanted to do like their first game opening with no fans. I still think that is really dangerous to do, and I think that everybody should stay at home until this passes. But in terms of entertainment, like I said earlier, it's a lot, especially for basketball. And I think it's right now would have been playoffs. And so, as the athlete, I know that it's probably difficult because people probably feel like they can't do their job, which is to entertain us. As somebody who is a basketball fan, it is disheartening to know that we probably would not have a championship, team this year. But it's all in well for people to train and come back bigger and better for next year.
Yeah, you know what? Safety comes first. Mm-hmm. But we would like a champion in the NBA. It's tough enough we don't have a champion for March Madness in the men's and women's side. But
I know.
I mean, it's pretty much crazy. But as somebody has been involved with
if there was a team, if you did have to choose between a team to take the championship this year, who would it have been?
The Lakers or the Bucks, obviously, because the Lakers are just so dominant. But the Bucks, they just can't stop steamrolling teams. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo is no joke. His prime, he's no joke. And on to a different topic. What is the future lies for the Bowling for Peace events going on that you usually have year after year?
Well, yeah, currently right now, Bowling for Peace is being put on hold, just like every other event that's going on. We are still going to have our event when things get back to normal. I think that right now, safety is first. And this year is still going to be something special. Still a lot of athletes, a lot of celebrities to come out. During this time, it is important for us to worry about safety, but I think important because Bowling for Peace is definitely, a time for people to come together. So I'm just waiting on the moment for, we are allowed that we get to go back outside. And then when the event happens, I know it's going to be very successful again this year.
Yeah, but you know what? If I was working for Bowling for Peace right now, I would suggest that you guys do something special because, you're paying awareness to the victims of the coronavirus because this is a big thing going on in 2020. And you know what? We barely let Kobe Bryant be at rest. Right now, we had the COVID-19 going on, no sports going on. A lot is just happening. I mean, I'm probably not supposed to say COVID-19, but you know what? Since it's already said, all we can do is just go along with it. Now,
well, he was just inducted into he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was just gonna get into that. What went through your mind when Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett was inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, obviously, we would say it's better late than never. I guess you can say they are pioneers in the basketball industry, historical figures. Kevin Garnett, he's been one of my favorites for a very long time. So I'm very happy that he has, his flowers while he's still alive. Kobe, most definitely, it's important right now for him to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I do think that it's late, but I would say that I think that the way that the basketball field is handling the situation has been on the brighter side.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? It's a lot to take in. Like, this is just crazy. But on to a better topic. You know the Michael Jordan special is coming up. What is your favorite moment from Michael Jordan's career in the NBA?
Favorite moment? Oh, that's tough. I don't think I have a favorite one specific moment of Michael Jordan, but I would say that his drive and willingness to play through any and everything, all of the stories that I've heard, like, he's been playing through being sick and, the fever, the flu, family issues, money issues. I think that is like phenomenal that he's a well-renowned athlete in that sense, and a legend and a GOAT in our time. And so I don't think I have a favorite one per se. It's just that I think that he's all around been an amazing athlete.
Yeah, what more can you say? Because Michael Jordan, he's the definition of basketball. Like, he's one of the reasons why you compare him to the LeBron James, the Kobe's of the past couple of decades. Like, do you see LeBron James being up in Michael Jordan's category at this point of his career?
I think that the comparisons between Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe, people have their differences, and I definitely think that they are the GOAT and a legend within their own time frame. I think that we can compare them. They're amazing athletes. You're talking about statistics. They've been going back and forth between championships, gold medals, MVPs. I think that they have respectfully deserved to be in conversation with each other about being who's the best. But I think that because of everything that's going on and what we see, it's not real competition. It's basically about brotherly love and passing the torch on to those who deserve it. Coming into the fact that we don't have March Madness right now, I think LeBron has set up, a mentorship with him and his group of friends in the NBA to pass on the torch for, legendary moments from when he leaves and then the class that comes after him and after him. So I think that to have them in conversation is definitely amazing, but I'm like done with comparing them to figure out who's better. I think they're just all on not the same playing level, but definitely in a place where they rightfully earn their respect.
Yeah, but there's a lot of opinions when you refer to the comparison between LeBron and Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan just literally dominated the 90s with playoff series wins over the Knicks and the Pacers, and the final series win over the Jazz, Magic Johnson's Lakers, the Blazers, the Seattle Sonics, which is not Oklahoma City Thunder. But you know what? Michael Jordan was just that damn good back in his days when you look back at it.
What do you think about the new movie with LeBron James? He's still doing the Space Jam, I believe.
What do I think about Space Jam? Do you understand how crazy it is to have another Looney Tunes basketball-themed movie? What type of question is that? Did you not see me interviewing Ryan 2K and the voice of Uggs Bunny at the park? Did you not see that interview? You should look at it. For those of you that are watching it, you should definitely look at it. Looney Tunes they really make a good combo.
I think it's amazing.
And Michael Jordan made a good combo. What you thought about that Michael Jordan movie with Looney Tunes?
I think it was great because in our generation, we got to see Space Jam and the Looney Tunes, and that was a pioneer movie that was watched many, many, many times in my household. So I think that now it is time to make something new, and I think LeBron James is the right person to make something to this magnitude.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, it really is. And good. And you're looking for the opinion, Emerald. Yes, I'm going to put Emerald on the blast because she's the one that had that viral interview with Halle Berry. Shout out to Emerald for coming in on my live. Now, back to you. Yeah, Michael Jordan and LeBron James, these guys are no joke in these past couple of decades. What went through your mind when Kobe Bryant passed away?
Rest in peace, Kobe. But it was tough. I don't know him personally. Obviously, millions of us don't know him personally. We just know him for the the Kobe Bryant that he is. But it was just a sense of sorrow. I think that it's hard because we never had a traumatic or a tragic moment with him and his family. And I think that as information kept pouring out that day, it was just hard to hear. And I kind of was just in disbelief to know first that like Kobe was gone in a helicopter crash. That's a horrible way to go. And then to know that he was there with Gigi, rest in peace to her and her soul. And then the families that were involved, and all of the victims that were there. I give all my prayers and positive energy to everybody that was affected by it. And I think that it was something that really changed the world.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for? The sports world definitely changed for the worse in the 2020s. We hope things get better by the end of the year. And there were talks about possibly the NBA draft being pushed out to no earlier than August 1st when the pandemic continues up to that point. Like, what went through your mind when you saw that? Would you have pushed the NBA draft a lot further than that? Would you?
Right now, I think that we're just in a state of uncertainty. I think that all of these dates that are coming up are just dates for us to have that, something for us to look forward to. I think just pushing it back is just a reassurance that it will happen. Do I know if it's going to happen on August 1st? I don't know. Or September 1st, or October 1st, December 1st. We all really don't know. I think that we're taking it day by day, week by week, month by month. But I am excited to see who really. What I don't know is if it gets pushed back, will people have the opportunity to enter the draft because it's being pushed back, or is it set in stone for all athletes?
Yeah, it's pretty much set in stone for all athletes. Like, okay, if you was a commissioner for the NBA and Major League Baseball, would you have kids cancel the season altogether and get ready for next year with the pandemic going on?
That's tough because you're also thinking about trades. You're thinking about people with finances and money and contracts and all of the above. I think they are just right now trying to gather as much information as we are in the world. When it comes to maybe ending the season, I don't think I would have ended the season. What I do like right now, especially in the basketball world, is what's been on my mind is the Olympics.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so it not being canceled, but it being pushed back. I think for me, a fear of it being canceled would have broken my heart. But I think that it just being pushed back into next year, and then possibly we don't know what will happen after that. Obviously we're safety first, but just having the opportunity for those athletes to train and be there, and then qualifying for the Olympics was something like, I'm like, it has to happen. Like, it has to happen. Those are once in a lifetime opportunities and chances that, unfortunately may not have been available to all athletes in 4 more years or in 8 more years. So my mind is more on the Olympics, and then when the Olympic times come, I'm always Team USA for basketball.
Exactly.
So just to see them being pushed back, versus it being canceled. Like, I'm excited to see who's going to make the team, what Team USA is going to do. You know, we've had a long history of wins. So I'm not really worried about it. I just want each athlete to feel like they have had their chance to prove themselves on a higher level.
Exactly. And since we're talking about the Olympics, like, what is your greatest memories of watching Team USA, from the Dream Team led by Michael Jordan, or the Redeem Team led by LeBron, Kobe, and Carmelo Anthony, or the team that went on in 2012? What's in your mind about those rosters led by Kobe Bryant, especially that crazy game against Spain, considering that's like the Spain's like the only team to give USA a hard game? Because everything else has been straight blowouts. Nobody can hang with the best of the U.S. Nobody. Just straight up.
I mean, I think that you have to put together a group of talented athletes who are willing to work together. And at that time, it is. One of my favorite players is Chris Paul. And so when he's in the game for the Olympics, I'm rooting for Team USA regardless. But I think that at that time, what's important is not like egos. You know, never being able to say we got this in the bag, we have no competition. So I think going into that mind frame of, you know, every game is a new game, each team is a new team to play against, is very important to just say like, oh, we don't have this in the bag. Because you may run against another Spain who'll give them a run for the money.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt about that, because depending on the type of USA roster they put together in the 2021 Olympics, which is supposed to be 2020, but we all know why that's not the case. We're just going to have to cross that bridge when we get there. But to me, the best roster has to be the 08 Redeem Team, because Kobe Bryant put the team in check, especially during the year where he had a game-winning shot against another team in the U.S. in an exhibition game. That just shows you how Kobe Bryant really was. And let's not forget how dominating he was at Rucker Park. You remember that? Because
I saw a highlight video, and I was like, I wish I was there to see it live. You know, like Rucker Park.
We were there. It's like watching a classic A1 movie where you know those guys from A1 put up those sick moves, killer crossovers, and the 720s. You always see that in a street ball game, not a regular NBA game. Because if you saw that in a regular NBA game, don't even talk basketball with me unless you've seen it. That's just straight how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And I remember the last time when I first met you, what went through your mind watching last year's Bowling for Peace game?
Last year's Bowling for Peace games, it was amazing. You know, it was in St. Francis College in Brooklyn. And just to see there was a little shift in the three-point contest, that was fantastic. People got range. I didn't think they had range. The dunk contest is also exciting. The celebrity game within itself, always a lot of fun, always a lot of energy. And I think they bring down the house every single year. So, you know, we had a great turnout. This year, I think when everything passes again, we will have another great turnout, probably more because, you know, people want to go to events. But it was really great. I think the year before as well, you know, bringing out the amount of people that came out with the marching band the year before, having the talent perform. To me, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it really was. And I know you, that's why that as knowledge of sports, you got involved with a lot of sporting events later on that year. Like, I remember you was at the meet and greet for the Basketball Beauties players. Like, what would you mind seeing all the players participate in the Basketball Beauties League? Well, I know you weren't there for the games, but what went through your mind seeing all those players over there, meeting all of them, including ones that you never really got to speak to at the Bowling for Peace game a couple weeks prior?
I'm always there for women empowerment. So it was really great to see talented women come down and just play one-on-one and as a team. I think Nia Rose was there, and she's fantastic. And just representing for the women across different states and different countries is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially during the summer. I know some days it rained. And it postponed some games and the games got canceled, but It was good. I had that for the opening was it was on par.
Yeah. And I hope they do some more record indictment because after speaking with Ryan the other day, it's possible but hopeful, but not possible that any street ball games can go on this summer. We might not even be able to enjoy street ball with what's been going on.
It's unfortunate, but like I said, I'm really excited that the Olympics got postponed and not canceled. I ran track in high school and in college, so I'm ready to see some new athletes hit that track and go for it.
Yeah, and I remember this one man that ran track named UC Bolt. This guy is a runner, the human side the hedgehog.
He's pretty good.
He's a Bolt.
He's pretty good.
I watching him.
He's one of those athletes that is very hard to come by. Just strong, fast, powerful. What I do look forward to in every Olympics is Team USA, the 4x1 relay teams and the 4x4 relay teams. They've been very special to me to see. I hope that Team USA gets it together during the passing lanes and the changing of the batons. I'm really excited to see the 400 meter, the hurdles. I want to know who's going to represent what. It's just when things get back to the way that we know as normal, I think that things are going to be very exciting to see in the sports world. Especially the first few games. Like the first few games, I think is going to be like on another level. Like it's probably going to be like the highest paid watching televised games, but I hope that they figure out the March Madness things for the college athletes because, again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I would not want any of those senior players to feel like they didn't have a chance to, become a national champion.
Yeah, especially Sabrina Ionescu. She was just so dominant throughout the year.
Yeah.
And as I said in many other episodes, she's going to change the Liberty franchise. The same way Zion Williamson's going to change the Pelicans franchise. I can guarantee you that. What you think about
that? You got some strong guarantees there.
Yeah. What you think about Sabrina Ionescu's game?
No, I think like again, it's all about how people work hard, and I think the talent surpasses when they work hard and they achieve it. If her goal is to change the game of women's basketball, if her goal is to win the championship, if her goal is to become the MVP, she could do it. If she wants to change the league, the sky's the limit for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can change the game.
Do you know if the Liberty is going to...
The Liberty will be at the Barclays Center. Yes, they will.
At the Barclays Center? Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be at the Barclays Center full season. You didn't know? But you know what?
I knew it, but I'm just saying with I knew it, but with the transition and stuff that's going on, I didn't know if it was going to change back or what. I know that it's guaranteed, but for me, I've always seen them at Madison Square Garden. So it's different for me to now know that they're at the Barclays Center. But now with this going on, I didn't know if they were going to say, okay, let's change some stuff up. That's big for the Barclays Center. I wish the Knicks would become the Brooklyn Knicks.
Yeah, we all wish that would have happened, but that would be like the Clippers and Lakers sharing arena. And I know, even though it would bring a lot of revenue to the Barclays Center, in order for that to happen, something drastic would have to happen to the Madison Square Garden, but I don't really see that happening. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But on another note, you mentioned that you ran track and field. Like, what were your greatest memories of running track and field during your time?
Oh man, that's a great question. In high school, It would probably oh man, I have so many memories. That's like so long ago. It's like ancient history of when I was in high school. But when I was in high school, yes, I ran track and field for all 4 years. You know, we didn't have indoors, but for outdoors, the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, 4x1 team, and I also did the triple jump. But probably my greatest memories will probably be the 4x1 team. It wasn't running. It didn't feel like I was running with teammates. It felt like I was running with my sisters, my best friends. Everything was in sync. You know, we were undefeated for a very long time. We still hold our school record for the 4x1. So I think like all of those memories of just becoming the greatest of our time and still leaving our mark was important. And then my brother went to school with me, so he was on the 4x1 team for the men's, and that team itself was explosive. So for me, it was like having those role models, and then being able to transfer that to the women's side. We were like in sync for all 4 years. So that was definitely fantastic. In college, my greatest memories will probably just be not me running per se. I did have personal accomplishments, but the team itself. There were so many phenomenal athletes that I was able to see become national champions, being able to cheer for them the way that I did, support them with practices, in and out of practices. I loved it. My coach in college, his name is David Casano. He was more than a coach for me. He was like a mentor, a friend, somebody and a coach. You know, he taught me discipline, taught me life lessons, and he taught us what the value of winning and losing was, how to work hard. Just there's a list of things that I learned in college that I still have ingrained in me for today.
Yeah, I could tell. And why don't you talk about the transitioning and how difficult it is to go from running track and field in school to teaching cheerleading in elementary school at this time?
The transition itself isn't difficult because I also used to dance in high school and college and elementary and so on. But I think when you are working with people who are in high school, your age, college, your age group as well, coming to, being a participant to being somebody who coaches. I used to coach as well. That's why we got Coach Tay. Have a cheerleading is something that I think that people don't get to see on the elementary school level because it's not a cheerleading team on the. But the girls work hard and they are energetic and they give me so much life. But I'm so sad that we can't finish out this year. But I know that next year is gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a shame because you have to do everything remotely, but I'm just hoping that the cheerleaders actually become bright stars in the future. And I know you've been doing a lot of interviews and stuff. But yeah,
they performed last year at Bowling for Peace. So I was very grateful for that. They were so excited and they really enjoyed themselves and they were able to see what basketball is on a different level. And so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hey,
why don't you talk about Hey, I see you got some friends joining, but yeah, why don't you talk about the experience of working around the Born for Peace bowling event last December?
I'm sorry, repeat that. I can't hear you.
Why don't you talk about the experience of putting together a Born for Peace bowling event last December?
Oh, the bowling event. That's actually one of my favorite activities, I guess you would say. We have the bowling and the basketball. I think the bowling, to me, was, again, another showstopper. It's the Battle of the Boroughs. I forgot who won the last Bowling for Peace, a bowling edition, because, of course, I'm rooting for the Bronx, as always. But it's a good time to, have each team be considered as, the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and then it's a celebrity game. And to see, the youth also had a lane. it's a time where I feel like it brings people together that normally don't get to mingle with each other, especially in this industry. And yep, BX all day. And it's a time, like I said, it's a time where people come together that typically don't interact with each other in the industry. So, we got to see people like Vina Love come out. Shout out to Vina Love, who always shows support. The Black Ink crew comes out all the time, and so it's an opportunity to really show support and to have fun. The thing that I get out of those events is that I typically, even though it's like a lot of stress when you're putting it together, but it's just to really have fun and to know that you're doing this for a higher purpose.
Yeah, I know. And there's gonna be a lot to go. There's gonna be a lot of development to do, and I hope we get more Bone for Peace games and more sports games later this year. We can end 2020 on a high note after starting off on a negative note with. It was just a lot to take in. As we come to the end of this episode of Nothing But That Sports Talk, thank you for tuning in, Sante, and thank you to all the people on the live coming in, including your friend. I see she's saying BX right there. Yeah, these are truly Bronx girls. And to all the big balls out there, including the one on live, get your head in the game.
All right.